few at the top. We're going down nice and slow, and then we're going backwards. Jessica, in case you missed me saying it earlier, we'll need some light weights for some shoulder stuff, and then some heavier weights for some more multi-joint activities as well. Once we've gone that full circumference up here, we're getting smaller, keeping those arms out. We're going to need those hamstrings and chest openers. And give me some butt kicks. Start giving me some high knees or some marches. Go ahead, spread those legs a little bit. Give me some squats. And start raising calf raises at the top. And we're going to spread those legs from there. Give you some nice side shifts. Staying lower is going to help us activate our glutes a little bit more, but we can also focus on coming up just to focus on those interior thighs. Aaron, nice to see you. Today, what we're going to need is some light weights for some shoulder-specific work, as well as some heavy weights once we get into those multi-joint activities as well. From there, guys, you're going to start giving me some lunges. Nice. Well, you can do normal speed, or you can start to slow them down. That's going to help us with those hip flexors. If we don't want to do lunges, feel free to just give us a nice Spider-Man stretch down here, holding for about 5 to 6 seconds, switching over to the other side. Once we've eaten out, go ahead and give me some hip openers. And from there, go in the opposite direction, outside to in. And from right there, you guys, we're going to take a quick break, grabbing some water. Coming back, we're going to just do some sumo squats as we get into our first activity. But again, you guys got a little bit of time for some water before we get into it. Again, I'll start off, we'll have a little bit of a circuit. There's going to be sumo squats, clock lunges, into deadlifts, all things that we've done before. But those are all weighted options if we want them as well. We're going to start here in about 10 seconds. If we want weights, we're going to go ahead and begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, legs nice and wide, getting down low. Weights optional, of course, as well here. While you guys are finishing up there, again, I'm going to show you these clock lunges. We've done them before. One leg's moving throughout one full rotation, goes forward, out to the corner, out to the side, back to the corner, straight back, curtsy lunge, and then you switch legs. We're starting that in 3, 2, and 1. And if we don't want to do those curtsy lunges, let's just focus on some normal lunges for us, alternating those in place. Trying to get one more rotation in there. One more time on that opposite leg. Lori, great to see you in today. Told everyone else, light weights for some shoulder specific, heavy weights for about everything else. You guys are stopping in 4, 3, 2, and 1. We got straight-legged deadlifts. I'm going to suggest a weight here. Slight bend in the knees, hinging at the hips, feeling that stretch in the hamstrings and those glutes. Firing back up. Go ahead and begin. Full extension, guys, up here at the top. Keeping that back nice and straight. Less than 10 seconds, guys, here, and we're going through those same 3 exercises one more time from the top. 2 and 1. Going back to those sumo squats. Legs a little bit wider. Toes can be pointed out if we like. 3, 2, and begin. Really trying to stay back on those heels, you guys, here, especially as we're doing all these movements. We want to avoid that quad fatigue in the front of the legs. Staying back on those heels, focusing on the glutes, is going to help take some of that tension off. You guys are giving me 10 more seconds, and we're back into those clock lunges. Again, trying to get at least 2 rotations through on both sides. 3, 2, and 1. Quick transition, go into those clock lunges in 3, 2, and begin. If we don't want to do those clock lunges now, let's focus on doing some side lunges only. We have front lunges before. We'll change it up. We'll just do some side lunges if we don't want to do those clock lunges. And again, those can be feet planted and side shifts as well if we want to avoid some tension on the knee. Same thing here, guys. We might be going a little bit faster with these moves, but still trying to press through the heels to maximize that glute work and trying to stay off of those quads in the front of the legs. Got about 20 seconds here, guys. 20 seconds. Less than 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and break there. Transition it over. grabbing those weights. Again, we have that hip hinge, that near straight-legged deadlift right down here, beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, and begin. Really start to take this opportunity to focus on that stretch in the hamstrings. Look at this as both a workout as well as a recovery. Really enjoy that eccentric or that down negative portion. 10 seconds here, guys. And then you're going to get to see Carol do a wall sit with us. 3, 2, or 1. We're transitioning over to a wall. We can either do wall sits, or if we don't want to do a wall sit, we can just do a held squat. Wall sit coming up here in 3, 2, and begin. What we want to focus, guys, press through the heels as always. Trying to get those legs parallel with the ground. Trying to have those knees not too much over the toes. And try not to press down with those hands on those legs to make it easier for us. Trying to keep those hands up. Because you're an overachiever. Carol says everybody at home should be holding weights right now as well. That's what she said. You guys got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and press through those heels. Come on up, shake out those legs a little bit. We're going to take it nice and easy for this next activity, shaking them out. And I just want you guys giving me some calf raises coming up here. Again, I want you to shake those legs out because we want that blood to go. Start with those calf raises in 3, 2, and begin. While we're doing these calf raises, what I want you guys to focus on is getting to that first range of motion, and then see if you can't get a little bit of an inch higher at the top. That's because we have 2 calf muscles back there, one of which their range of motion might get a little limited. So just focusing on the top a little bit helps get that full contraction. Five, 4, 3, 2, and take a break right there, guys. Grab me some water. Back in a second with those light weights, doing some shoulder work. While you guys are getting that water, I'm just going to show you what our next activity is here. We're going to do some lateral raises, just lateral raises. Then we're going to transition to those front raises, just front raises. Then we're doing that hinge, almost like a row position, and we're focusing on those rear delts. That's what those light weights are for. Giving us about another 10 seconds, and you guys are joining me. Again, just starting with those lateral raises to get us going. 3, 2, and begin. Trying to get that arm just parallel with the ground. No need to go higher. Just those lateral raises. In 5 seconds, we're transitioning over to those front raises. 3, 2, and right here, guys. Front raises. Yep, so how about let's just have you keep doing, yep, there you go. Same workload. Yeah, that's okay. Now that lateral delt is probably the strongest out of the 3 we're focusing on right now. So those front and those rear are going to get a little more tired a little bit quicker. But we're transitioning in 3, 2, and 1. We're going to hinge here, guys, and just give me those rear delts. That back of the shoulder, that's that muscle we're trying to focus on right now. Again, this is probably the weakest out of those 3, so we might fatigue a little earlier. Rather than trying to throw those weights up, Let's just try taking a rep or two off every now and then so that we're not injuring that shoulder, trying to keep those weights always slow and under control. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, right yourselves back up. We're going through that again. Just give me a few shoulder rolls. And we're beginning here in 3, 2, and just those lateral rows. That's okay. Transition to those fundraisers in 4, 3, 2, and right up here, you guys. Same thing as before, getting those arms up to parallel and avoid swinging back in order to get those weights up, trying to keep that nice upright torso as we raise those weights. Again, if that front of the shoulder starts to get a little fatigued, feel free to take a rep or two off rather than trying to throw those weights up. Give me that nice transition into that rear delt, starting in 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to reiterate that point one more time, trying to keep that slow rather than flying those weights out there like they're wings. We really want to keep it under control that whole time. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you guys to go ahead, set those lighter weights down. We're going to pick up our heavier ones. And we're going to make use of that pre-exhaustion with the shoulders, going right into a set of rows. This is really going to target that rear delt, but it's going to get a lot of help from that big upper lat muscle. So we're back in this position, and we're rowing in 3, 2, and begin. Really exaggerate pinching those shoulder blades together, guys. Helps with our posture to open up our chest a little bit. In case we're ever afraid that we might round out while we're typing, really pinching those shoulder blades helps relieve that situation. Now, but I want everyone holding right up here at top with me, holding up at top. And we're lowering in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right there, you guys can come out. We're going to move our way down to the mat. Go ahead, bring that water closer to you guys. Feel free to take sips. But we're going to be beginning here with a chest fly, and we're going to take that into a chest press. Going to go ahead and start that in 3, 2, 1. Weights up and going out. Really enjoy that down portion of this fly, guys. Get a nice stretch in that chest area without letting those weights or those elbows smash into the ground. Really enjoy that eccentric stretch. That also plays a huge role in letting our chest open up for some better posture. Transitioning to a bench press in 5, 4, 3, 2. Weights up top, going down like this. Pressing through the palm of that hand, making sure that elbow doesn't slide right into the ground there, slam it to the ground. Always under your control. Less than 10 here, guys. Less than 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'll have you guys set those weights off to the side. Next activity here, gonna do some nice focus on those obliques. You're gonna give me a nice little crunch to start off, and then heel taps. Go ahead and begin that right now. As always, tapping the inside of those heels, gonna give you a little bit more activation just because it's a little bit of a deeper range of motion on both sides. But of course, tapping the outside of the heel works as well. Three, 2, and break. What you guys are gonna do for me next is find yourselves facing down on the ground. We're gonna do a bird dog, but we're gonna hold that bird dog. So we're just gonna be up like this, no change in motion. Holding for 40 seconds each side. I'm gonna give you guys a start in 3, 2, and you're just holding one side right now, just holding one. While we're doing this, try to check your alignment. Make sure we have a straight line from that opposite wrist to that opposite heel, going right through our body. Halfway there on that first hold. Great time to check that heel, see if we can't get a little bit higher. That helps activate our glutes a little bit more. That arm helps us leverage our lower back as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna get a quick transition off to the other side in 3, 2, and you're going. Quarter of the way right there. That's 20 seconds. That's halfway for us on that movement. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and break right there, you guys. Final activity. We like to focus on all aspects of our upper torso or the core. That's that full 360. We've done our sides, we've done our back. Now we get to focus on that anterior portion with a nice safe plank. Gonna be starting that in 3, 2, and begin. While we're there, guys, checking that alignment, pretty much a straight line from those shoulders to those hips, down to those heels, with those hips maybe being a little bit higher. That's okay for us. Oh, if I didn't mention, we're holding this one for a minute, but we're already 15 seconds in. That's our 30-second mark right now, guys. Check to make sure our hips haven't sunk or they're going too high up. Let's get them nice in center again. $15 to go. 15 to go. Really focusing on that breathing right now, guys, as we finish off these last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, guys. Break right there. You guys are going to grab a nice sip of water. Join me standing up right here. After you take that sip, and we're just folding over, giving us a nice hamstring stretch here. It's okay to let that spine extend right there as well. But while we have that spine extended, if we want to come up, let's first focus on getting that extension in the spine before we extend in the hips. But yes, feel free to fold over right now and just enjoy this moment for a sec. Right there, guys, go ahead, extend that spine. Bring ourselves back up here. Let's spread those legs a little bit and just focus one side right here on that interior thigh. Go ahead, pick it up, switching on over, same thing, other side. Again, focusing on that interior thigh right here. Straightening up right there. Hinging here, leg stay spread, straight down in the middle. You can touch the ground if you like, or you can just cross your arms if you need a little bit more range of motion for us. Go ahead, bring yourselves up right there, you guys. Give me a nice Spider-Man stretch here, focusing on that hip flexor. And go ahead, switch on over. Same thing, other side. And go ahead, come on out of that. I'm going to invite you guys to find a wall here. And we're going to give us a nice chest stretch off to the side. You can go ahead, feel free to experiment different angles with that arm up, off to the side, or down low, or even try bending that elbow. Sometimes all those can activate a different stretch for you guys, which might have you relieve some tension in there. And switching on over, same thing, other side. Right there, guys, I'm gonna have you come on back to me. We're doing our 4-way neck here. You can just stand or sit, whichever way you might be able to be comfortable at home. But go ahead, tuck that chin into that chest to stretch the back of our neck. Feel free to let those arms just hang out by the sides here so that our shoulders are relaxed and not bunched up. Go ahead, raise that up, tilting that head back, stretching the front of our necks now. And return to center for me, guys. One ear, same side shoulder, stretch the side of our neck. Go ahead, raise it up, same thing, other side for me.